What's up, everybody? Andrew with NQS Performance Outdoors coming to you from the basement workshop once again. It's time, you guys. I have collected a bunch of odds and ends over the winter, new tackle, new items for the boat, things of that nature. So what I've done is I just kind of combined everything into bags and set it all up on the table over there. So let's go ahead and get a look at that. If there's anything on that table you guys want a closer look at, something you might want a full review on, let me know in the comments below, you guys. I'm happy to do that for you. So without further ado, let's get started and see where I spent my money this winter. Alright, you guys, here it is. It's all kind of spread out. I dumped it all into bags so we can go through it. There's a lot of stuff here, you guys. I didn't make any trips to the tackle store, usually with any specific purpose in mind. I just kind of bought what caught my eye. Some of this stuff I really needed, like this item right here. This is the new Ego S2 slider net. It's got a really smooth handle on it. I'm a little curious to see how it's going to hold up over time. I picked this up at Big R, which is like a Farm and Fleet or a Fleet Farm type store. That was 99 bucks, so fairly expensive for a net, but again, I didn't own one, so hoping to put a PB walleye into this net this spring. So if that happens, it'll be worth that 100 bucks all in one shot. So maybe a full review to come on that later. We can talk about that handle a little bit on that. Let's see, we'll get this item out of the way. This is just a Alumacraft life jacket. I had some Alumacraft dollars to spend. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, they did send my boat out on the wrong trailer, so they took care of me on the back end and also threw in some Alumacraft dollars. So got a bunch of t-shirts, sweatshirts, but you got to be legal. I needed another life jacket to be legal, so I went ahead and ordered an Alumacraft life jacket. So that'll come in handy. That's a must-have. Let's just start digging into these bags, you guys. See what we got here. Alright. Here we have an Amazon purchase that didn't exactly work out. This was supposed to be an XXL spoon box. However, when I open this up, you'll see that it's missing the foam liner to actually store the spoons in. That's okay. I'm going to use this for odds and ends for the boat. I'll keep some essentials in there, and it'll help keep them dry. So just easier than dealing with a return on Amazon. Good, bad, or indifferent. You know, it's one of those things you mean to get around to and you don't exactly do. Just got an inexpensive toolkit here. 51-piece auto and motorcycle. That's going to go in the boat. Even though the boat is brand new, you never know what can happen out there on the water. So figured I better have a little toolkit to keep in the boat as well. So hopefully we don't have to use that because I'm not exactly handy, as you all know. But again, just in case of emergency, it's good to have tools in your boat, you guys. Let's see what else we got in here. Little first aid kit also for the boat. You guys know if you fish long enough, you're going to get dinged up by a fish. If you're handling big pike or something, it's not uncommon to get little nicks and cuts. So got to have a first aid kit in the boat. So that was just a couple of bucks at Walmart, but one of those essential items that you kind of got to have. Moving on, get this bag out of the way. See what else we got here. Spool of 8-pound Daiwa J8. That's going to be for my drop shot rod. 99% of the time when I'm drop shotting, you guys, I'm using 8 or 10-pound braid to a fluorocarbon leader. So I like the J braid. It's fairly priced and it's quiet coming through the guides. So that's all I'm looking for is a fair price. And it's an 8-carrier braid, so it's not as noisy as your traditional Power Pros when it comes through the guides. So yeah, that's something that's just kind of a staple in my arsenal is the Daiwa J braid. Walleye wide gap hooks, nothing exciting there. Gamakatsu. Must have had walleyes on the brain on this particular trip because that is a Pink Clown number 5 Rip and Wrap. That's a really good vertical presentation bait. Yep, definitely a walleye on the brain kind of day because here's a chrome and blue Rip and Wrap number 6. Red Eye Shads. You guys know I love lipless crankbaits, probably my all-time favorite lure. Another Rip and Wrap number 5. Here's something interesting, you guys. I actually bought 2 of these. I took one out of the box already just so I could get a better feel for it. This is a Lew's Carbon Fiber Speed Spool SLP. This is exclusive to Dick's Sporting Goods, you guys, and these were on sale for 60 bucks. I'm not sure how they're going to be. It feels relatively smooth, the one that I took out of the package. It's got 7 bearings, a magnetic brake, 7.5-to-1 gear ratio. But one thing I'm a little concerned about, it does have a graphite frame. I've never really owned a bait caster with a graphite frame, so I'm not sure how that's going to hold up over the course of time. But I'm always looking for ways to keep fishing affordable. I've mentioned this in my previous videos. I don't want kids to go out and think you have to spend, you know, 300 bucks on a rod and 250 bucks on a reel. So I'm going to try these 2 carbon fiber reels out at 60 bucks if I get one season out of each reel. No real loss, but we'll do more on that later, I suppose. We got another chrome and blue rip and wrap here. Another Strike King Red Eye Shad. That's a staple bait in my arsenal. You guys know that. Moving on. We got here Fire Tiger Rapala J13. Must have had king salmon on the brain. This is a really productive bait for Great Lakes salmon, so always good to have one of those laying around. Another Strike King Red Eye Shad. I actually remember a bunch of this purchase. I found a bunch of these Strike King baits on clearance. They were like buy 5 get 5 free, so I grabbed basically every one they had left on the peg. KVD 1.0 square bill. Square bills and lipless, guys. Those are my 2 go-to baits. Got another Fire Tiger J13. Those will come in handy this fall when the kings are coming into the harbors. Another Red Eye Shad. This one is Chartreuse Perch. That's a great color, you guys. If you don't add that one, make sure you add that to your arsenal. Got some Fusion 19 swim bait hooks. Those were on sale for like $3.99 and then an additional 25% off. So I remember that purchase. I grabbed a couple packages of those. Okay, maybe more than a couple. Looks like I grabbed 3 packages of those. KVD 1.5, another square bill. Nice little perch pattern 1.0. That's going to be a really good bait in the river, I think, you guys. Another perch pattern 1.0. Again, I was just grabbing these things up. Buy 5, get 5 free. 2.5, that's one of my main go-tos for a square bill, you guys. This is a great largemouth bait. I like the 1.5s and the 1.0s in the river when I'm fishing for smallies, but if I'm fishing in the lakes, I like the 2.5s for the largemouth. Another 2.5 there. You can see common theme here. I'm pretty much a perch. Try to match my forage. Here's another 2.5, another perch pattern. Try to match the forage in the local lakes, perch, bluegills, things like that. Here's a 1.5, another chartreuse perch. Holy smokes, what do we got here? Livingston Lures, Randy Howler's bait, the Howler DMC square bill. This is a 2.5 sign. I'm a big fan of the Livingston Lures, you guys. I was very skeptical in the beginning, but I'm pretty well sold on them. Got another Strike King Red Eye Shad here to add to the collection. They call this one Sexy Sunfish. That's a good looking bait. I think that'll be really good in the rivers. That's a 1.5. Another 1.5 in the chartreuse perch pattern. I think I got enough chartreuse perch to last a while. What do you think, guys? Here's another 2.5 in the chartreuse perch. They must have had a bunch of those on that clearance sale because it looks like I loaded up on them pretty good. Another chartreuse perch in a 2.5. Oh my gosh, another pack of 6/0 swim bait hooks. That's 4 packs of swim bait hooks. I must have had swim baits on the brain that day. Here's another Red Eye Shad. Can't go wrong there. And the last bait in this box looks like it is a perch pattern Husky Jerk 12. That's one of my favorite jerk baits, you guys. Husky Jerk's an old classic standby, reasonably priced and really effective. Here we have a Piscifun Carbon X. I believe this is a 3000. Yep. I had a bunch of Amazon rewards points, so I didn't really invest any money into this reel. I think I ended up, after I cashed in all my points and everything, I paid about $4 for this. So we will get that thing out on the water, let you guys know how it performs. I'm pretty optimistic about it. It feels really smooth out of the box, but you never know with some of these less expensive reels how they're going to hold up over time. My buddy Jason will get a kick out of this because everybody knows I don't fish a jig, but I'm going to start. That's one of my things for this year. I'm going to start fishing a jig. Got a Denny Brower structure jig, 1/2 ounce, black and blue. Kind of the go-to colors are black and blues and browns. What else we got in here? Handheld flares. Those are, again, that's for the boat. If you're going to fish Great Lakes or federal waters, the Mississippi River, things of that nature, you have to have flares in the boat to be legal. So, got a fresh pack of flares. Got to stay legal. Don't want any tickets when we're out there on the water. Bass Pro Shop Speed Shads. Color do we call this? Sexy Shad. Some more Speed Shads. This one is called Smallmouth Magic. Those look like a lot like a Swing Impact from Kitech, the Swing Impact Fat in particular. So, curious to try these out. I got plenty of hooks for them, that's for sure. This one is called Pro Blue. Oh man, I bought a bunch of these things. Holy smokes. Another package of Pro Blue Speed Shads. Another package of the Smallmouth Magic. That's a great looking color, you guys. I'm really pumped for that one, actually. The more I look at it, the more I like that Smallmouth Magic color. That looks like a great bait. Let's see. We got the new Pro Design Mike Iaconelli Jester. This just intrigued me. Looks like it's going to be a good little flipping bait. So, one bag of those just to give them a shot. Mostly I pour my own plastic. There's certain standbys that I'll always buy. Just because you can only own so many molds at the cost of custom molds. So, got another Husky Jerk there. It's a classic color, silver. Can't go wrong with that. Here's another worm that I'll always buy. I don't have a mold for a 10-inch power worm or a ribbon tail worm, so got a bag of 10-inch in plum. I guess I got 2 bags in plum. Got some Reaction Innovation Skinny Dippers, a little smaller swim bait there. Those will be fun. The swim bait bite is always fun, you guys. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. These were on sale the other day. I just picked these up a couple of days ago. It's just a swim bait hook, with an underspin. So sometimes I like to throw an underspin in place of a spinner bait. That works out really nice at times. Looks like I got another package. The first package is Shiner, and this one is Houdini. This is a bait. I don't know what I was thinking, you guys. This is a Livingston Lures Dive Master 20. Again, I do not fish offshore, you guys. My buddies all make fun of me because I beat the banks and I pound the banks hard. I don't generally get outside of 7 or 8 feet of water, but I think we're going to have to go ahead and start fishing offshore, looking for some bigger bites. That's one of my goals for this year. Spin shot hooks, those were on clearance. I don't normally tie the spin shot. I usually just use either a Gamakatsu or an Owner when I drop shot, but couldn't pass them up when they were on clearance. We got a HJ14, Husky Jerk 14 in Clown. Those were on clearance the other day. I'm not really sure why they were on clearance. This is a great bait. So I bought the last 2 that they had. I wish I'd have got there sooner. I probably would have bought the whole peg for, I think they were like $3.97 or something ridiculous. I just couldn't pass them up, so got some rugby heads here. That's going to be something I'm going to try to use offshore a little bit. Even those jesters might work on there. Just drag that around if I can find some offshore structure to fish on. Another pack of rugby heads there. Again, you guys, I'm going to try to learn some new techniques this year. Here's another perch pattern Husky Jerk. Can't go wrong with that. Whoops, to the floor it went. Of course, I can't not buy chompers. You guys know this is my all-time favorite soft plastic bait. I will buy these and fish these probably until the day I die. I've boated more fish on chompers, twin tail chompers, probably than any other lure. I generally go right for the 5-inch. Once in a blue moon, I'll downsize to the 4-inch, but if I'm going to fish a chomper, I'm going to usually throw the 5-inch. And this is one of my favorite colors of all time, too. This is the Cinnamon Purple Flake. what else we got in here? I think this is about it. This is a fun little bag, you guys. Again, this is going to be something new for me. I went to the Fishing Expo up in Madison. Found these guys. This is probably going to go ahead and be another separate video, but these are called Super K jigs. They're hand-tied. This is a 3/4 football here. Try to zoom in on that a little bit. I know my shadow's probably in the way, but again, I think I'm going to do a separate video on these guys. These are really neat jigs. They're hand-tied right here in Wisconsin. The guy was a really good guy, so I bought a bunch of these. We'll get a closer look at these in another video. But I think that's kind of it for right now, you guys. I got to go through this and try to get organized. We're coming up on the season. It'll be here before we know it. So, all right, you guys, there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick peek. It's interesting when I go back and look at some of these items that I purchased, especially like that deep diving crankbait. I have no idea what I was thinking when I purchased that. But we're going to get out there and give it a shot. That's one of my goals for 2019 is to start fishing offshore a bunch. I got those 2 new Garmins out on the boat. I'm going to show you guys those as well. But hopefully I can use those tools to become a better offshore fisherman, find some good structure out in the main lake, and give it a go out there, out in the deeper water, 20, 30 feet, and see what happens. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I always appreciate the views. Smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell button. You'll get notified when I upload new videos. And again, if there's anything you want a closer look at, please let me know in the comments below, and we'll do our best to get that done for you. Till next time, tight lines, everyone.